gonna be an even game? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll just play it, and then it's always hard to tell how good people are gonna be if you don't know them. But hopefully, it's a close game, and we can just play more games.
Yeah. I think this will be my last game because I need to help GK do some casting.
Oh sure.
Like it's there's a short program before the grand finale. Yeah, he asked me to help him with that. That's 1 hour before the grand finale.
Sí. Minero. Sí. Sí. Así será. Cazador. A la batalla. Mande, presidente. Mande, presidente. Atención. Marcha. Avancen. Sí.
¿Cuál es la? Estoy en cazadora.
A la marcha ya. A la batalla. Sí, estoy en cazador. A la batalla. Mande presidente. Marcha por la
Big P.
batalla.
Crushing it. Such a silly map.
Sí. Así será. Cazadora. Sí.
Which map is that? Oh, Deccan?
Hola. Constructora.
Yeah, me and Madonna rolled that after playing you and Indian. And when I was hot in Sweden, and needless to say, Ottoman, by the time he could pop 5 Abyss, we already had the Kanya and the batch of Huss outside of his foundry and just slaughtered them. Like, it's such a silly map.
I'm not sure what this Russian player did on Deccan. I find Deccan to be a really terrible map for Russia. But
Market 14 up.
yeah, I don't know what he did because like I feel like other civs can boom so much from the extra resources in Russia. Russia can't do that really.
I mean, I guess you can.
He didn't even build a TP, which I would have thought he might have considered. Like what was?
Could have just saved his res and, you know what I mean? Because you know how sometimes Russia has to choose between like that second batch and bills and stuff like that? Maybe he just had a smooth... You know, he just banked the res for Ecotex or something and just...
I play Russia ever so often, like, or these guys just idiots, and just curious what he did on Deccan.
There's the market.
10. Okay, 114. Oops. Let's distribute to his own, okay. Why is he mining gold? Oh, is he gonna buy the food?
Are you in game, Eric?
Oh, he's already up.
Yeah, I'm facing William. You remember William? Edward?
Yeah,
Edward
what you want?
Hartemink. The French,
Bob.
the French guy. I mean the French guy. I
Is
mean
it
no,
1v1?
the French player. The French player.
Yeah, I know
The
him.
French player.
Yeah,
He's in chat.
yeah, yeah. I just had a chat with him seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm here. I changed my name to Invisible Unit, so
Good.
yeah.
That's how you know
for the
he's a
longest
pro.
time.
Are you
Because
in
you're
1v1?
changing your name, your avatar name. It's the real pro
Yeah,
move.
exactly. No longer.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to stream?
Sure.
Yeah, but it will lag for me. Yeah, it's already lagging now. Once I start streaming.
Sí.
He's got 2 shipments stored up.
Constructora. Constructora.
Guess he just saved up the gold to make muskets? Did he get market text? I don't even know.
Yeah, he got steel traps pretty fast, so.
So he
That's
saved
exactly
up
what he
the
did.
gold and did steel traps and just shipped the strelets, made musks.
Yeah.
I mean, like, all I did is come in and, like, raid the guy. Oh man, these vills are there for the taking. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but I mean, you had pikes right behind you, so.
Well, no, I was there earlier, which is why he shipped the pikes. I was jamming them up all in there, but he had all these bills that were just sitting ducks there, which I could have done some work on.
Your voice sounds different. Did you finally get that new mic or headset or whatever?
Yeah, I bought a new headset, so now I can stream, as you can see.
And
It's-
we
it
won't like
speaks-
mid
it's-
fight when it's like
speak
that
together.
critical moment, just like doop, and drop.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete's gonna get another 200 elo.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about his build. He just got a ton of units out. I don't know, maybe the other guys just stunk, but we got 15.
I think Hugo and Cav totally gobstopped Mexico. Because if you see his build, he tried to do soldados, he tried to do cannons, like, yeah. And the thing about Mexico, especially in 2v2, and you know, I hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings too much, but it's such a bullshit fucking whack civ that a lot of people get pretty high just doing whack shit with it, which doesn't mean that they're necessarily the strongest players. Like, who did we play? They tried the same shit. Remember, it was like Brits and Mexico. And I was Germany and you were France, I want to say. Or no, you were Brits too, and they like just tried that Falc push and then they just fell apart. And I think we still got like 15 from that because, like, you know, they were very practiced in their strategy, but when we just held back and double cabbed them, like they had nothing.
there's a lot of people that get by in this game on some type of DE build that it's like, I don't know, that's difficult to counter, particularly if you haven't seen it, but if you see it coming. Some of the DE builds, like, you don't have to scout or anything, like, it plays pretty well into
Like most things.
into most kind of like responses, but there's some civs that just absolutely need to respond on point in order to make it work, I feel like.
Which, you know, isn't inherently bad or not. And, you know, if somebody enjoys the play style, I say let them be. It's always been my philosophy with it. But yeah, I mean, it's just like Ottoman players. We've all lost or beaten that Ottoman player and gotten like plus 10, and you're like, how did you like, or like plus 20 or something? You're like, how did you get this far? And then you're like, oh yeah, Ottoman. Jam,
It was really funny. I played somebody 1v1 auto on the ladder. And what is the map where there's like 2 TPs, like 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and you start almost like at the very back edge of the map, so you really have to fight for the resources in the middle. The natives are pretty good. Like,
is it the African?
Yeah, no, it's European. There's Jaegleon and Habsburg are like the natives on it. I forget what that map's called.
Not Lithuania. Are you talking about the one? It's Hungarian Plains where it's all bison.
Yeah. I think Hungarian Plains.
Yeah,
So
that was a fun one.
I like that map, but I think it's a lot of fun. But sometimes it's like a horrible civ matchup. So I'm Brits. This guy's Otto. You know, you have to scout for everything. Scout for everything. This guy builds a double racked right in my face. I aged up with the tower. I walled. He still probably could have messed me up, but he kind of got scared from the wall and the tower. And I got a good infantry mass, and I probably pressed him about 30 to 35 seconds late, because like he was pretty smart. Like he built the double racks. He had 10 Jans early, and then he kind of was able to get to 3 like right away, which is scary as hell because he's got the Jans and cannons coming. You know, I was already pressing him right as he hit the 3, so I took down the 2 Raxes, but like I know he's got a bunch of Janissaries somewhere with 2 cannons coming, so I like ran my military around. I killed 5 of his villagers, but like he just like didn't engage me. I just got completely boxed in. Like, it's just, you're always so behind as British, and I never had a chance in the game, even though I kind of did as well as I could. I ran out of hunts. He was like TP. He took all the TPs. Like, he had line of sight of everything, and it's just because he has the tempo on me. And you know, maybe it's a different story, but it just sucks that all I have is a 30-second window to like make the game work, because like he could have bull rushed me and I could have had problems. You know, it's a real risk to pump out in that 30-second window. Like maybe he's like added in some Avis or something like that, you know, and I can't push it. So yeah, anyways, roundabout story, very difficult matchup on that map, and I'm just like, all right, well, Otto's a little bit broken. He's like, you want to play again, like different civs? Sure. So I played him 2 times after that where he wasn't Otto and just absolutely burned him. He's relying on Otto.
Oh, it really is like when I play someone like Madonna that's way better than me, or like Patrick, that's exactly what I do. I'm like, if I feel like I actually want to win, I'm like, all right, sorry, like I need my 200 elo like comfort buffer, and I'll select Auto and I'll make a game of it. And it's not like because I suddenly get better with the Civ, it's just like I can look away from the fight to re-macro because Janissaries are immortal basically. Or
Janissaries are immortal. I love that. It's true.
Well, it's like I forgot who I was explaining it to once, but it was like a newer player. He was talking about like Janissaries. He's like, yeah, but it's like they're kind of like kiting. I'm like, you don't think of Janissaries like a musket. Think of them like a wall that moves. And it's like suddenly it's like you'll realize like what they're so good at is you just bully skirms all the way back. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. Then you just flank with your deli, and there's not shit they can do about it. You know, it's like. Or Obus, you know what I mean? Like, they're the wall. Like, you know, you ever had Obus or skirms behind a wall, and the guy's like, yeah, like, Jans are your wall. Like, the Cav is never going to break through that thing in Age 2 before the Obus murder everything, so just put your walls in front of your Obus. You can't lose.
Do you want to play a ladder game plot, or are you just kind of hanging out before your day gets started?
I can, but, you know, it's the morning, my coffee hasn't totally kicked in, but if you want to roll the dice, I'm down.
I don't care. I'll take a sleepy plot and
Okay.
over a rando any day.
I don't know, some of these randos, man, they're lightning in a bottle. But yeah, okay. I'll try. You know, at some point too, we'll have to try. Hopefully, we have time before the tournament starts. But I've been trying to think of like some Hausa builds, just because I don't really have a good boom civ left in my roster.
You're gonna learn how to play Hausa?
I've been kind of creeping around with them and doing okay with them. Like H2 Goon, DE pretty good. But yeah, it might like flush out all of our unit compositions. Like I wonder, Hausa Russia sounds like incredibly toxic fun for us.
Vindy and I do that sometimes. We also do Hausa Dutch, where I just make skirms and he protects them.
Yeah, with Jab Riders. Well, knowing Vindy, he probably has like an outlaw that he uses to do so. But I've been just spamming Javelin Riders. Like, why even bother?
I remember there was like one game where like Vindy was able like to protect my skirm mass. Like I never lost him.
Oh god.
And so like, I was able to just go to age 5 because I didn't make units. Like it was just a complete like annihilation.
One of those games where you like hit your pop cap early and then it's like I guess I spent all my arsenal techs. Fuck it, I'll go up.
Yeah, exactly. It was like I was running around with 70 like tech carded Dutch skirms and just had all these resources because after every fight, like my skirms would still be alive. He'd have to remass a little bit, and the other armies like didn't have much, and so I was just like 2xing everybody in resources.
Big peep.
Alright, let's see. What civ do you want to be playing?
You know me, I'm usually pretty flexible, but probably nothing too complicated this morning. Let's see here. What are you feeling? You got any preference?
No. Just trying to think. Would I bring USA into this upcoming tournament or not? I don't know.
Would USA pair good with HOD, you think, or? Because you can do Goon, which solves HOD's kind of weakness to hand cav. Not really weakness, but And my forest prowlers, I mean, you can tech into regulars, but then both of us have kind of mediocre cap, which could be a problem.
Oh, with USA.
Hola. Sí,
USA
cazadora.
is well, their Huss are average, but they got decent goons now. I don't know. Cannons.
Yeah, you have Gats and Colts. I mean, if you play USA, would France then probably be a more like safe combination?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to play. Although you know what, US is getting some buffs here soon.
Yeah.
To their immigrant card, so they might feel kind of nice.
Oh yeah. I think all of their immigrants are down like 25 res of whatever. Like wood for French immigrants, and I don't know the other two off the top of my head. But I'm kind of curious to see if the devs are trying to sneak in more changes at the last minute without like the public review, because I thought it'd be out yesterday. I mean, the forums, they nuked the forums and everything else, which is what they do every time they are done, basically. Although nobody uses the Steam forums, like the actual proper forum, to make complaints, which I always find interesting. And then, like, it's kind of sad, but the official forums, like, every time they release a pup, it just devolves into a bunch of people begging for, like, shit, instead of, like, actual feedback on the pup, which is, I don't know, kind of sad that everyone complains about stuff. And the devs are like, all right, well, here's the pup. And I think I was the only one that like tested several civs, like and stuff, just to see. Like I noticed like the HOD changes, like the card placement wasn't right, so I let him know. And then somebody had said that the outlaws were double shadow teching, so I was playing as Dutch, and the buck riders were double shadow teching, and I was like, this is a problem, or it will be a problem. Yeah, the Euro Outlaws were, I don't know how, because I'm not smart enough, but they were in fact double shadow teching, so Buck Riders, which already kind of are better than Reuters in some regards. If you hit Imperial, they'd get 100% bonus. If you picked, I think, Merc Contractor. Kind of nutty. Probably not a big deal in most of our games, but if you're like a treaty player or FFA or something, probably just ball breaking.
Gotta figure out how to make your voice louder than I hear over the game here. Yeah. But anyways, my equipment is set for the tourney plat.
Cool, man.
So
Yeah, we've got some real killers now in the tournament, so we'll just see how it goes.
yeah, who's signed up? I'm sure we've got some elite players. Will probably be happy to just get to the knockouts.
Yeah. I've got quite a few, but less than last time. But it's also not super being promoted too, so maybe I need to put the word out. I wonder if ESOC would be okay if I made a post or an announcement. Ask him.
Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe nos protegerá con sus manos milagrosas. Estará listísimo. Adelante por México. ¿Cuál es la orden? Listo para la batalla. Adelante, ataca. Sí, por la gloria. Listo para la batalla. Estoy listo para la batalla.
Yep, GG.
You played well.
Para la batalla. Adelante.
You played very well.
Adelante. Listo para la batalla.
You didn't expect musket raids, did you?
I expected that you'll be very good, and you did play very good.
Yeah. It was a difficult game. I
If we go to a separate chat when the game starts, pot,
Pro.
so that we don't have people
Probably.
talking over
Just
each
so we
other.
don't. Yeah. That way they don't have to hear my distress cries of pain throughout the whole game. Yelling at villagers and civilians.
Yeah, we can go to smooth brain.
Okay. Yeah.
I lost a lot of those there. That's like 10 days.
yeah. Yeah, I think we had a key fight, I guess, where we lost a lot of stuff trying to push out onto the mid, but I do feel like we needed to push out into. We just didn't have enough stuff.